Here's something we need to understand as well. The highest point of contrast in the image draws the eye. So let's look at some images and illustrate that. In this black and white, we can see that there's this really bright spot of light in the right hand side. So your eye is drawn there. Your eye is drawn to that really bright point of light. So as your eye moves around the frame, as your eye looks at the picture, it starts there and then it starts to move around. Your eye is always drawn to the highest point of contrast. In this image, it's a really extreme example, and I love this type of photography. This girl is obviously just coming out of a dark area, and there's some lovely light just falling on her face. But your eyes are drawn to the highest point of contrast. So the black and the white in her eyes, you can't help but go there because that's where the highest difference between the black and the white is. And the reason I'm showing in black and whites is it's easier to see. With coloured images, sometimes it's not so easy to see because colours tend to have more information and it tends to be harder to figure out where the highest point of contrast is. Okay, again, so this is this is just a seagull shot. It's very dramatic, but it's done on a very sort of low-end camera. So this is not an expensive camera. So you got a little bit of noise and stuff in the background. But it's the highest point of contrast again. Your eye is drawn to the silhouette because it's so strong in the image. But it's only because of the white behind it that you can actually see the silhouette. If it had been a bit of dark sky, you wouldn't see that. The eye wouldn't be drawn. It wouldn't be as strong. And again, so here we have, it's a shot of a singer. And you can see the highest point of contrast is her teeth and her lips. That's where your eyes are drawn. And your eye from there moves around the frame, but you're drawn to the fact that she's singing. And just by observing the highest point of contrast, just by pulling the eye there, you can create compelling images. A really strong rule of photography, something that you really will benefit from if you practice and learn to see these highest points of contrast. And just as you're walking around, make a mental note of where your eye is drawn to, even when you don't have a camera, and I guarantee your eye automatically flicks to the highest point of contrast. So when you bring that into your photography and in your images and you're sharing that with other people, you can control what they see when they see it. And all good photography is about presenting what you want to be seen to the viewer.